name of Lewis Shelley, and a veteran suicidal. Unfortunately, the way his name was mentioned, but I'd just like to thank you for acknowledging Lewis Shelley was a close mate of mine. Anyway, I'll keep it in my head today for this walk. Here we go. Let's get into it.
Jesse Bird, Brad Carr, Paul McKay, Ben Brown, Peter Atkins, Dylan Clark, Tristan Hardy, Daniel Halpin, Stephen Fazel, Sean Jenkins, Jeffrey Price, Lewis Shelley are just some of the names of the mates that we've lost to suicide. There are many more, many more. Many families that are grieving, many families that will carry the loss of a loved one through suicide for the rest of their days. And my heart, my love, my prayers are with them always. Veteran suicide is something that's been close to my heart ever since I joined the Defence Force, and more so in this place, because with the names that I just read, they're the reason when I get up in the morning that I enjoy coming to this place, because we can make a difference here. We all can work together here, because there is nothing more important than life. There is nothing more important than putting the knives away when it comes to such important issues. Only last year, on Anzac Day, the Prime Minister was in Townsville. As we were walking to head up to a press pack, I received a call. Brad Carr had taken his own life. It was a very emotional, sombering feeling. I didn't really know what to do. The PM put his arm around me and said, "You don't have to go into the press pack. You don't have to do this." But I said, "No, I will." Because as we were going through the election campaign, I knew that standing up always for the people that don't have a voice anymore, including my friends, including the people I've lived with, was something I just had to do. I've been very fortunate to work with the Prime Minister and the Minister for Veterans Affairs on this because it is important, and we know that a National Commissioner into veteran suicide and defence suicide is something that our Defence Force has been screaming out for. Now, I believe that this is a fantastic thing. The National Commission will have the same powers as a Royal Commission, and it will be ongoing, a rolling commission. They have the powers to compel, the powers to make people testify, the powers to get evidence, and also the powers of working with the coroners in different states and territories. There are family members, mothers, spouses, fathers, and kids that are for this, and rightly so. There are people that are against it. And I'm not here today to tell them that they are wrong, because they are not. That we all want the same thing. We all want the veteran suicides, defence suicides, to not just low, but to be stamped out. And we should keep that dialogue open. It's everyone's responsibility throughout the communities, in defence, in this place, to question what we're doing, to ask what the next steps are, because that's the only way that we'll be able to work together. And I know that Brad Carr's mum, Jesse Bird's mum, that I've spoken to, they're lovely, lovely people. And I don't know how they get up every day, but this is something that I don't want to be a burden on them to go and have to fight for a commissioner or the right thing. This is something that I want to take on their behalf, the government take on their behalf, the crossbench take on their behalf. This motion was co-signed by Mike Kelly, a member of the Labor Party, a fantastic man, a great member, a great veteran. But he signed it not for any political point scoring or anything. He signed it because he knows that we must work together. If we do not work together, we will not achieve. And we just have to be on the same page. We have a family advocate that will link in with the families and work closely with Veterans Affairs that will put together policies, because we've got to look at what happened before suicide, what happened at the suicide, and what happens after. We need to look at where we've come from, and that's the only way to know where we'll go. And we need to look at trends so we can put in policies to stop veteran suicide. And I just believe we are on the same page, and we're never above, never below. We're always by your side. Thank you.
If I'm thinking about Lewis and Applin, Turner, poor Ben Robert Smith there, how they're putting him through the ringers. Doesn't pay to get fit and be elite, and probably get a jail sentence for young birdie, get killed in action, you know. Turns. Keep fit, do all that for your country, and look what's happening around the world today. Pointless. Afghanistan, Timor, Solomons, Iraq, they're all still doing the same thing. Moving forward. Up a hill too, if I might add. Moving up an incline. Fat cells and all. 115 kgs. Oh, look out. had done a week ago, and then had a beer on the table, and he said he was drinking apple, and it really affected me a bit.
Yeah.
Anyway. No, because maybe when I wake up, I've got a different thought in my head. That's what I'm saying. It's suicidal. It changes.
Yeah.
It changes. One day you're good, and the next day you just feel shit house. And then when someone brings up something, all you feel like doing is putting yourself around a pole or stringing yourself up or popping yourself.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. That's just the nature of the sickness, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, that's why we're getting all these videos on. That's why we're vlogging everything, so you can look back and see how much you've done,
Yeah,
and
but the thing
you
is,
can't stop. You got to keep
Once
going.
that thing hits you, you don't talk. You just go
Yeah.
do it. You know, like
Yeah.
people talk. You know, it's people call them gutless ones, but when they go quiet and stuff, that's when you know. You don't talk about it. People say you should talk about it. Get off your chest. Sometimes it's worse. When you talk about it, you're encouraging yourself.
Yep.
So I don't want to talk. I'm going.
I met Kenny out at Ernest Henry back in 2012 when we were doing the cave mine out there. So Kenny was working for Barminco. I was working for Extrata. I was a supervisor. Kenny was bogger charge up. Basically one big team. And yeah, years later we all moved on and went to different mines, and Kenny obviously got out of the game. Good on him. And here we are now, doing Kenny's journey. Drinky's journey.
And he's still supervising me.
But now I'm allowed to swear at him. But it's all good.
Yeah.
You know, obviously a lot of blokes know that Kenny suffers from depression. I suffer from depression, so exercise is a massive part of our life. Get the head right, you get the body right. So another great organisation, Mates for Mates. My beautiful wife Marcia, liaison officer there. So yeah, to have all this around us, for our veterans and serving veterans and everyone else, and it's absolutely awesome, and it's great to catch up with him too.
Yeah.
So by Christmas, he'll be as trim as, well, put it this way, we'll be taking him down to the dogs and he'll be racing the greyhound.
That's it.
In saying, I reckon we should have more miners come Mates for Mates. I reckon it should be all one team, being it is an operation environment. And if you look at the stats between conflicts and conflicts, we probably lose about more or less equal to the same miners underground and on top than what we do every break in the conflict. So I reckon we should have more recognition in mining, especially underground workers. We work pretty hard, and I know how they do work, and they are the SAS of the mining gangs.
Yeah, it's pretty daunting being away from home all the time, especially when you've got kids and wives. And so yeah, the amount of veterans that do get into mining seem to jump on board. There seems to be a lot of veterans nowadays that climb on board, don't want to take up the pension. So yeah, for anyone's out there, ex-defence, you're in mining, you're in Townsville, come on down. Everyone's welcome. So
that's mining too. Don't forget, fellas. So
everybody.
It is an operational work area, workforce.